NTSUV. Wait a minute, before you go.
Yes.
What does it stand for?
National Terrorism Strike Force San Diego Sport Utility Vehicle.
Yes!
There you go.
Thank you, sweetie. I'll see you later, Paul. All right. Yes, darling, to answer your question, you're so happy that I played this role instead of the 500 other actresses who wanted to play it. So am I. What were my favorite moments from Voyager?
Yeah, some of your favorite memories or moments.
That's like asking, who's your favorite child? Do you know? I say this, it's becoming a bit redundant. I would say my favorite moments were the moments of laughter on a Friday night going into a Saturday morning, which was invariable, a constant, because there was no turnaround problem. And the gentlemen, as you know, were very, very naughty. They were extremely naughty. They were very rude. And they always waited until my close-up, because I was the only one who could manage at 4 o'clock in the morning to still stand up and deliver in front of the cam. And that's when they would decide to take their trousers off. You know, spitballs. And I remember thinking, if I survive this, I can survive anything. I loved that group. I made great friends. Picardo probably foremost among them. It was a great experience. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Well, first of all, I'd like to say that you are really one special lady.
Thank you very much.
I'm really, really glad that you got the role of Janeway.
Thank you very much.
Who was your favorite and that made you laugh the most as far as the guest stars coming in? I probably think I know, but
well, you know that it was that incorrigible rogue, John Delancey. I love taking a bath with John Delancey. That had to have been one of the highlights. Of course, he had to have the little shower cap, and he had to have the bubbles, and he had to have everything. What is it about John Delancey? He's certifiably mad, and yet he continues to work.
Well,
loved him. Loved Mark Harlick in Counterpoint.
Yeah.
Because I got to fall in love. Or did I? Or didn't I? That was a play within a play within a play.
I spent 20 years in the military. I never had a captain like you, and I wish I would have. Because I think you are one of the most classiest captains of Star. I mean, really, I grew up with Shatner as far as his through the years and stuff, and I saw Picard, and I thought he was. But when you came along, I think you were just the best there was for that role.
I can die now. That's the nicest thing anybody said. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you, Kate.
And enjoy your life.
Was it Katie O'Clair?
Pardon me?
Your holodeck character, Katie O'Clair or something like that?
No.
What was it?
No, what was it? I don't know. In Fairhaven. I'll tell you, that was the one thing I didn't quite understand about Voyager. Of all the holograms, I created this guy. Do you remember?
Yep.
This love story. I mean, why couldn't the guy have been 6'5", dark, dashing? No. It was weird. It was Irish. Anyway, thank you. Yes.
Hi, Kate. Thanks
Hi.
so much for coming back to Vegas.
I'm happy to be here. Are you happy to be here?
I live here.
Oh. How do you restrain yourself from gambling away every cent you've ever made?
I don't.
So we're going to be kind, ladies and gentlemen. Very kind. Yes?
I was hoping you could shed some light on a couple of statements that one of your former co-stars made about the fact that during season 1, or maybe it was the rest of the seasons too, that Mr. Rick Berman, the executive producer, wanted all the human performers or human characters on Voyager to be more robotic, more militaristic, and very, just restrained in their delivery of their lines in order to make the alien characters on the show much more real. And this performer even said that you had a lot of retakes, while you were trying to follow this mandate from Mr. Berman.
I did?
Yes, that's correct. And I was wondering...
Who was this performer to whom you so cavalierly refer? Who are we talking about?
Somebody who might have been on...
The stalker. Nothing but one problem after another. Garrett has always had a very interesting perspective on life. I don't remember that. I just remember the physical aspects of Berman wanting to further endow me with military attributes, strapping my bosoms down. And I think I had 52 hairdos within 7 months. I do remember that. They didn't quite know what to do with the physicality of a female captain. But as for the robotic nature of Janeway, I would say to the contrary. If anything, I fought against that, which is why I think it worked. And Berman saw that very early on. He's a very smart guy. I mean, he didn't run the franchise for nothing, right? He understood that. I just think that there was a great nervousness about the first female captain, and everybody was watching. Listen, the brass would come and watch me. They'd stand 20 strong watching me on the soundstage. It was absolutely nerve-wracking. Until I finally just said, gentlemen, please, 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 go back to your desks and let me have her. If you let me have her, I can fly. And they did, and I did. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. You have to understand what kind of money was riding on this franchise, right? There had been the inimitable Bill Shatner to set the original stamp, followed by the superb Patrick Stewart. And they had this very strong demographic of young men, 18 to 30, 35. How were they going to respond to a female captain? And I think everybody was just on tenterhooks. And once they just settled down and let me go, because command is inherent. Command is inherent. And an audience such as this one is very, very smart. Science fiction is, after all, rooted in science. You people are smart. What you want is a commander. You don't care if it's a male, a female, or a monkey. You want a commander. And you want her to be left alone to command. And once I was, it was smooth sailing. Well, not really smooth. We got lost, didn't we, in the Delta Quadrant? But that's another story. Yes, madam.
Miss Mulgrew. Wait, I'm going to cry. No, wait.
Yes? Yes. What? Did you say something?
I said I'm very honored to see you in person.
Thank you.
Of your characters I've watched through the years. Oh, crap.
No, that's fine. Take a breath.
Since you burst into my awareness on Ryan's Hope, Captain Janeway is my particular favorite, being at times even rather like a mentor to me, to my real life. As Janeway, you ended the Voyager premiere episode Caretaker and the final Voyager episode Endgame with the same 5 words: set a course for home.
That's right.
With profound, quiet depth. Will you permit me right now to stand here and pretend I am also on Voyager's bridge and have you say those 5 words to all of us here?
I will be delighted to do that. If you come forward and you stand here.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yay.
Now I'm going to cry. Do you remember that? It was clear. There was the shot, and I knew it. Set a course for home. Thank you. Isn't she lovely? I'm not sure how I feel about your colors. Thank you. That was quite moving. Yes, sweetheart.
Oh, hello, Kate.
Hello.
Bear with me. I'm only Trek by marriage, and I'm a little out of my element. This is my first convention, and your show.
What did you say about your marriage?
I'm only Trek by marriage.
Oh,
so
okay.
I'm totally out of my element.
Oh, Trek by marriage. Got it. Okay. Uh-huh.
Your show was very.
How's that going?
It's a little scary.
All right, let's give it the old college try here. What are you going to ask me?
I have 3 questions that have nothing to do with Trek. Maybe the last one.
Oh, okay, good.
The first one is, when will you be on stage from the fall to the coming winter? Because I'll be back home, and I'd like to see you.
From the fall to the coming winter. There is a play that I'd love to do this fall, but I don't know if we're going to get it on the boards on time. And it's a new play by Jenny Schwartz called Extraordinary People.
Oh, yes,
so that's what I'm trying to do.
Okay. Second question, besides Emily Dickinson, who is another one of your favorite poets?
Edna St. Vincent Millay.
Okay.
William Butler Yeats.
Okay,
Keats.
okay.
Shelley. It's endless. Anne Sexton. I go dark.
Okay.
I'm drawn to those who have committed suicide and left a paper trail. It's true. Yes.
The third question is a Star Trek question.
Here she goes. She got a Star Trek question. What is it?
I did have one. Of your professional kisses, Between Mark Harlick and your Anthony in New York, which was your favorite?
You are Trek by marriage, aren't you? Oh, I think Mark Harlick.
Yes.
It was so... You cannot imagine how wonderful that moment was. I'll bet you can, though, as an audience, for Janeway, who had forsaken all of it, right, to lead this crew back. Certainly, she was never going to be married. She was never going to bear children. She was never going to know intimate love because she was never going to get back. And to have this opportunity on the ship with this guy in front of the audience, for the audience to observe that and see it, really awakened, stirred me up in the best possible way. So I'll take the Voyager kiss. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good luck in your marriage. Trek is the key to bliss in marriage. Yes, I like your colors.
Hi. Thank you.
And I know you, don't I?
You do, yes.
How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Good. What's your question, darling?
I have a question, but first I wanted to say that it was a shame you couldn't do 3D Hamlet in New York, but I absolutely loved the play anyway, in spite of you not being able to do it. And Sam Underwood was just a great actor in it.
Thank you.
My question is, I understand you once visited the real Bellagio at Lake Como in Italy. Is that right?
Did I what in Lake Como?
The real Bellagio.
Yes, I have stayed there.
I was wondering if you stayed at the Bellagio here, and how do you think it compares with the Bellagio in Italy?
That's a tough one. It doesn't compare, darling. Italy is Italy. And this is Las Vegas, which is great. But Lake Como and the Bellagio and the real thing, and I was in love with an Italian. Per favore, signore, ecco.
So, what's your favorite hotel in Vegas?
What's my favorite hotel in Vegas? I haven't frequented enough hotels in Vegas to be erudite on that subject. I think that probably the Bellagio is the prettiest, right?
Yes, it
right.
was.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I love the questions. That one was so completely female, wasn't it? And you were in Italy, and which Bellagio, and which hotel? It's so female. I do adore hotels, don't you? Women love hotels, and men really don't. Unless, of course, they're there illicitly. Oh, they're laughing. Yes.
Buongiorno, signora.
Buongiorno. Cosa fai?